But if you have the choice between this and the Nova Blast as an sort of easy endurance, hey everyone, welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex, and in today's video we are reviewing the Asics Nimbus 24. This is a shoe that I purchased myself. No one sent it to me, so this is, as always, a very transparent review, but on my own financial means. Let's begin with the specs. First, weight, we're looking at 315 grams for this shoe. This is a bit less than the Nova Blast at 320. A bit less than the Invincible, but more than the Gel Nimbus Lite 3 that we reviewed on the channel recently. If you want to go check it out, it's here, upper right hand corner. It's still a reasonable weight for a daily trainer, and especially for daily trainers, I don't really mind. Weight, stack height and drop, we're looking at 26 millimeters in the heel, 16 in the forefoot, 10 millimeters drop. I would take this with a grain of salt because this is Asics, and Asics is known for not taking into account the insole inserts. So 10 millimeters drop, I think that's fair, but I think we're maybe a bit higher than 26 in the heel, maybe more like 30, 20, something like that. Also for you, if you're watching and you're a female viewer, the women version has a 13 millimeters drop, which is a bit more, and also the diameter of the midsole is lower, so the midsole is softer on the female version. I have no explanation as to why this is the case, but it's the case, so I think it's a good information to be shared. Diameter, that's a good segue. We're looking at Flight Foam Blast Plus, a sort of softer, lighter version, or bouncier, 15% bouncier and 12% lighter version of Flight Foam Blast that we had on the Nova Blast V1, V2. And here we have it, I think it's 31 on the diameter scale, but it's a dual layer type of construction, with the orange part being softer and the dark blue part that you have right here being a bit firmer. I think it's interesting, but I think it could have been prolonged a bit further here in towards the midfoot, and also not coming such a thickness here in the on the medial side, because it acts a bit like a stability type of thing on top of the trustic plate that you can see here, and it is supposed to provide some stability and guidance throughout the gait cycle. Some gel, as always, on the Gel Nimbus 24, so it's right here, and yes, 2022, and we still have gel on shoes. It's quite fantastic, I think, but why not? I mean, this is a very, you know, advanced construction in terms of shoe. Diameter of the outsole, I don't remember the number, but you have it on your screen. It's fairly thick in terms of outsole coverage. You don't have a ton of it, but it's fairly thick and it's fairly hard. So it also changes a bit the ride, and it adds a bit of, you know, consistency and sort of firmness to the ride. Width of the platform, it's almost identical to the Gel Nimbus Lite 3, except that the midfoot is a bit more narrow here on the Nimbus 24. Quite interesting, I don't know why, but this is how it is. It's, you know, reasonably wide, nothing to write home about. However, the fit, and that's a good segue for the upper, the fit is generous, and on the sort of voluminous type of fit, you have some length. It's a true to size for me, US 11, EU 45, and it's working well. It's really generous. It's a very nice fit, very comfortable, not too plush. I wasn't a big fan of the stretchy tongue on the Gel Nimbus Lite 3, and this is the same case here. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's a nice innovation, but it's just not for me. You know, that's for a tongue. However, it doesn't change my assessment of the fit. It's a nice fit, but more on the sort of, you know, more volume side of things. Heel counter, heel color, it's really stout, and you have some nice padding. Not too plush, just what you need. Lockdown is very good, and overall I rate the fit quite high. So this is a good thing. I don't think this is a very breathable shoe though. I ran with it today. It's like 15 degrees Celsius here in Brussels, so around, you know, low 50s Fahrenheit. And I think warmer conditions than that may cause you some breathability issues. So I wouldn't call this my summer pick in terms of upper and in terms of breathability, but it's still mid-season and I think it works fine for those conditions. How does the midsole work? So again, we have Flight Foam Blast Plus, 15% lighter, 12% more bouncy compared to Nova Blast. At least that's what Asics claims. It's on the soft side of things. on the ride from the ride perspective, that's for sure. But I don't see those 12% of extra bounce compared to the Nova Blast. To me, the Nova Blast is bouncier, softer, and it's the other way around. You know, if you had asked me which one is bouncier or softer, I would have picked lighter and bouncier. I would have picked the Nova Blast over the Nimbus 24. So I'm a bit confused. I don't think this is quite as versatile as the Nova Blast, and yet it's supposed to have that sort of you know, higher end midsole compound. I think one of the biggest issues with this shoe is the lack of proper transition from heel to toe. With the 10mm drop, I see it working for heel strikers, no problem. However, the heel to toe transition isn't butter smooth, and I would have liked maybe, you know, that trustic plate to run a bit longer towards the forefoot and add some propulsion. Maybe have, I don't know, some sort of rocker. I know Asics has it, so they could put it on this shoe. It's a nice shoe, it's a nice ride. And I think it's a very comprehensive daily trainer for someone looking for one shoe in their rotation and sort of all-rounder type of shoe. This could be it. But if you have the choice between this and the Nova Blast as an sort of easy endurance tempo type of shoe, Nova Blast all the way for me. On the other hand, it wins over the Gel Nimbus Lite 3. So it's definitely a good shoe. My biggest drawback, biggest concern here is the price point, 180 euros. I think it's $115, which would make sense to buy at 150 euros, but 180 euros is just way too much for this. I'm sure it's 180 euros. I paid for it, so I actually remember paying this price. It's too much. Is it overhyped, overrated? I don't think so. It comes with many technologies. It comes with a very comprehensive package, very nice fit. It's capable. It can be an all-rounder type of shoe. I just don't see it being lighter, bouncier, softer than the Nova Blast. I just don't see it being a better shoe for someone looking for a very specific segment in their shoe rotation. And also I would like to have something a bit more rolling, a bit more smooth transitioning to the forefoot, and this doesn't have it. I'm not blaming the stability feature, the trustic plate and that firmer layer of midsole here. I think that's interesting, that's fine. It gives it a sort of stability flavor in a natural running shoe package. But I would like to, you know, either have it as a proper stability shoe or remove all stability features, make it a bit more wild, make it a bit more fast transitioning to the forefoot, and give it a proper sort of you know, characteristic. This is just a very good shoe that doesn't have that spirit, that sort of magical thing. I hope it makes sense. I hope you enjoyed this review. If so, don't hesitate to like this video. It really helps the channel. Subscribe if you want. Enjoy your run today, enjoy your ride, and take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.